my name is Aude, and what's on my mind today is adding content to module homepages in the staff interface. Sometimes you and your team just need a bit of extra information when you're using Koha, and it's really useful to have that information directly on the module page that you need or that you know you'll be using a lot. So it could be a list of tasks, so like routine tasks for your team, or it could be links to maybe some guides, some additional information, or some reports to run for that day or that week. So in Koha, you can customize the module home pages, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So you may be using older version of Koha. You could be on 21.11, 22.05, 22.11, etc. But if you're in a version prior to 23.11, you can already customize some of those home pages. So I'm in the reports module. This is the home page, and I've been able to add this little extra content at the bottom. How did I do that? It's a system preference. Again, prior to Koha 23.11, there are only 3 places you can actually add content to. So there are reports, but also there is the circulation module homepage and the main homepage of Koha. Those 3 system preferences here. So to find them, I'm simply going to go in administration, system preferences, and I'm just going to scroll to the staff interface preferences here. As an example today, I'm just going to show you how to add something to the Koha main homepage. So currently my homepage looks like this. So there's nothing at the bottom here to give me extra information. And in this system preferences, I'm going to scroll down, and the one I want is the intranet main user block here. So if you're using the system preferences, those 3, it has to be in HTML format, and there's a bit of a reminder here. So I've prepared my text earlier, again in HTML format, so with a heading, H1, and then a bulleted list and some hyperlinks here to other places in Koha. So here it's to the circulation module, and underneath it's to a report. So I'm just going to save this and show you what it looks like. This time when I refresh my homepage, I get a nice block underneath with that extra information. So I could have made it even longer. I could have included a table, inserted a graph. So again, as long as it's in HTML format, that's going to display here at the bottom. I showed you first thing the report. So that system preference is called intranet reports home HTML. So that was the code I had to display. And then you can also do something similar in the circulation homepage. So as an example, I've previously inserted some code. So again, just a header and a bulleted list. And I'm going to show you what that looks like on here. So it's this section here, our opening and closing time instructions. In 23.11, you get way more options. So you can now add this kind of extra information on almost every module homepage. And it's not done through system preferences anymore. It's done through the HTML customizations in tools. So let's have a look at those. If I go into tools, and go here in my HTML customization. So let's say I want to add some additional information to the patron module homepage, because when my team join new users, it's good to have a reminder of what things I need to mention. So I'm going to add a new entry here at the top. And in my display location, this is where I want to say I want it in the patrons module. So in this list, now I get kind of 2 sections. So at the top are all the opaque locations. But if I scroll down, there are a lot, so I need to scroll down a lot. These are my location in the staff intranet. I can also simply look for it. So I know I'm wanting the patrons module. So if I start typing patrons, then directly I've got the relevant ones appearing, and this is the one I want, the staff patrons home. I wanted to apply to all libraries, but because this is an HTML customization, I could actually select which library staff need to be logged in to be able to see it. I'm just going to publish it from today and not give it an expiration date, but I could also play with that and have messages that appear at specific times. So I said I was adding some instructions for when new members. So I'm going to just add my text here. Sorry, I'm still in here. I'm just going to do it correctly and make it easy for myself by also giving this section a title. So when I'm in the HTML customization page, it's easier to see it. And then I'm just going to add a bit of formatting. So this is not using HTML formatting where you can go in the source and do it this way. You get all the nice options directly here. So I could just select here and make that the heading. I would select this bit, make that a bulleted list. And then I can also add a hyperlink to maybe a Koha page I've created previously and published video back, just doing it this way. And adding, so that's all my formatting. I could obviously do a bit more, again, really easily, simply using those buttons instead of having to use HTML, and then just saving here. So when I was saying I'm going to make it easy for me by giving it a title, it's so that in my list here of all my HTML customizations, I can clearly see which block actually relates to my new joining instruction. And obviously it shows staff patron home. So let's go to the staff patrons home now. So if I go to the patrons module, and I'll have this block I've just added. And it stays at the bottom. So if I was looking at doing a search maybe with patrons before to check that the new member actually doesn't already have an account, then that block stays underneath my list of results. So I know it's always there. So you may have seen all the other locations as I was adding an HTML customization, but I've created another example in the cataloging module. And so this is an example of I'm cataloging a book, and it's useful to be able to refer to my cataloging guide. So I've just got direct links here. The advantage of using HTML customizations on top of not having to actually know a lot of HTML is also because HTML customization, you can have them in different languages. So you may have spotted it when I created, or if you're familiar with the HTML customization, but if I look at my one in staff cataloging home, what I've actually done is I've got the default ones in English, but I've got also French installed on this Koha system. And I've been able to just put the equivalent text in French if I'm in a library that has sites across different countries which use different languages. So I may have teams who prefer to work in French, and for whom it would be easier to have guides in French as well. So for those teams, I've also got the equivalent of my additional content on the cataloging homepage in French. Let's have a look at what it looks like. As I said, I'm in English currently, so this is my additional content appearing in English on the cataloging homepage. And if I switch languages to French, and then go back in my cataloging module, which is now known as catalogage, then I can see this is the French text that I've added in my HTML customization. So that's another bonus of the way it works now with HTML customizations. So all the new locations, they're only in Koha from 23.11. And in 23.11, as you could see, I haven't changed system. The adding contents for the homepage, the Koha homepage, the reports homepage, and the circulation homepage is still done via the old system preferences. So these three system preferences from 23.11, it's all those new locations in the tools, HTML customizations, but there are obviously bugs open to move those system preferences also into HTML customization. So if it's something you're interested in, you could also watch those bugs. And that's it. So I hope you have a lot of fun adding all this extra information for your teams on the Koha homepage.